Last year, Kristen and I began to pursue an adoption. He was only 5. And he had a lot of behavioral issues, like a lot of behavioral issues. And we couldn't leave the house really. We wanted to keep him home, help keep him settled down, and help him to get used to his new environment. He wasn't super happy to be there. During that time, it was rough. Like, it was really bad. One of the things that we really had a hard time with was DeAndre, our oldest son, has special needs, and he'd become really needy. He felt, I think, a little loss of family because there was a new kid and a new kid that was going to be adopted. And we weren't able to see him as much as we wanted to. And so we felt a lot of pressure there that we needed to do more for him, and we just weren't able to do it. And that was really hard for us. And at some point we reached out to our friends and our church family and asked them to support us in a few different ways. And one of the ways that we had looked at that would be the very most beneficial to us and to our family was for someone to support DeAndre specifically, to be his friend, to care for him, to love him, to help him to feel loved and cared for at a time when we didn't quite have as much to give and where he perceived we had given even less than we had. So we kind of put out a notice like, hey, would anybody be interested in a relationship with DeAndre?
Hi, my name is Jim Brinker, and I'm here to talk about my friendship with DeAndre. Matt kind of put out on Facebook that they were looking for support for someone that could be a friend of DeAndre. So I think that was about 4 weeks before I contacted Matt, and I just called up Matt and I said, Matt, and figuring somebody had stepped up and said, hey, we'd love to be a friend with DeAndre. And when I contacted Matt said, said no, nobody touched base with him, said, inquiring about wanting to be a friend with DeAndre. So I said, you know what, Matt, I would like to be that friend for DeAndre.
Hi, my name is DeAndre Aaron Ashworth, and I'm an Ashworth of the family. My new friend about Jim is I go to church with. I met Jim at church, and my dad introduced me to Jim, and I didn't know who Jim was. I'd be like, okay, how would I give Jim a try to be my friend? And I did, so we became close pals.
Since then, DeAndre and I are getting together. We try to get together. I guess I would say, every 2 or 3 weeks. Nothing real big, just get together, go out and have pizza or whatever, and just kind of start building that relationship.
Me and him do stuff together, and we go out to eat and do stuff, start to learn about Bible studies, and it's really fun. He took me out to State Fair, and we hang out for a very long time out to State Fair. It was really cool. And we got to see the aminos and the pigs and stuff. It was like really cool, and the people was nice out there. And I had a blast with Jim. He was a good friend.
The relationship that Jim and DeAndre have is really special. And DeAndre, he was driving home with Kristen one day, and he was talking to her about his new friend, and he began to cry. He said, Mom, I've never, ever had a real friend before. I've never had a grown-up friend who cares about me, who's not my staff and not my family. And he cried. It was so special for him that somebody cared about him, that somebody loved him.
We look at everybody in Cornerstone as just being an extension of our family. And, we just are so fortunate in that sense to have a church that, we can call different families if we needed help and know that they would be there, just would never question that. And we try to be that same way and be there for our other families in our church. And so, we're just so blessed, and I don't think that a lot of people go to a church that that they can feel, that always feel like they're a part of something that's greater. And it's really helped me to look at, this is what God's kingdom is all about.
It made me feel happy, glad, trustworthy, and fun.
But if we are the body, why are